I'm sorry everyone, I lost track of time massively. Oh my goodness. I just noticed the time and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like already 6. It's already 7, sorry, not 6. It's 7. Oh my gosh, is my model tiny? My model is tiny. What the heck's going on? Oh no. 7-4, sorry. Oh my gosh. You can tell I can't keep track of time. I'm saying it's 7 or 6 and I meant 4. It's 4! 3 minutes past 4. I'm late. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know I've not started the stream. No, iPhone, what are you doing? I know I've not actually gone into the main stream yet. Don't worry about it. I've not advertised the stream anywhere either. Oh gosh, I am. Okay, if any luck, things are now working. Yay. Yay. Yay! Things are working. Okay. Okay, turn on air conditioner because it's boiling in here. I need to get chat up on my phone. Oh my gosh. Ah, it's now playing music at me. Stop that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm running around at the speed of sound. I'm doing lots of things, it's true. Okay, I'm advertising the stream. What I remember. Okay, Blue Sky, Reddit. Okay, things are here. Things are happening. Things are absolutely insane. I am sorry. I was on Reddit. And there were people complaining about, you know, for Armageddon Crusade book where the Black Templars absolutely sucked in it. Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, I want to complain too. I want to complain. Yeah, that sounds fun. And yeah, I didn't realize how long had passed. Also, I was watching Fifi, which is okay. Fifi, Florette by Song. Hi, Esther, how you doing? It's yapping time. It's talking time. Yap, 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 yap. Talk, 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 talk. Oh my gosh, yap and work. Yap and work. Handcam streams is true. 307. Hi, Shuffle. For one thing, 40k do more than actually play the game. Complain. Yeah, if you've not read the Armageddon Crusade book, we read it on stream. If you know me, I'm a Templar player. Not your stereotypical Templar player, but I like my Templars. I'm mostly from Old Law Templars. But yeah, the was if you've read the Armageddon Crusade book, you realise Templars there absolutely suck. And I mean absolutely suck. It's not just any Templars, it's literally Helbrecht himself and his main command and his like main army. So this is like the top Templar, for High Marshal, the equivalent to our Chapter Master. In the Armageddon book, Crusade, I'm a Chaos player and I have several complaints ready at any times. If I'm talked to, nice. You always need to have complaints. But if you didn't know, what happened in this book? Helbrecht, right, lands on the planet, is like, I'm defending this hive. And he sends Grimaldus by himself back to Hell's Reach. And Grimaldus gets a footnote saying he was once again hero of Hell's Reach. He rallied the people and they defeated chaos. Yeah, because the Armageddon Crusade book I'm talking about is literally the one where it's got Grey Knights on the cover for fight incarnate demons. Angron was there. Yeah. So this was before the latest war on Armageddon with the art. So what Helbrecht does is do an incredibly ill-advised attack against chaos. Like, how ill-advised? The answer is yes. Yeah, so ill-advised that he literally loses one Titan, gets another incredibly... Now, to be fair to him, he was kind of winning until, you know, chaos portals opened up, as everyone would expect. Do you know what he did? He specifically left the city that he was tasked with defending in the hands of the Salafar Chemdogs. If you don't know the Salafar Chemdogs, they are a penal legion, infamous for stabbing people in the back. That's like literally going, hey, Skaven, can you go and defend my city for me? Yeah, can you stop it falling in the hands of chaos, please? Yeah. So penal legion is like, prisoners forced into battle. So yeah, that's recycling, sprues, and yapping. So yeah, that's who he leaves to defend his city from chaos, incursion, and taint. Really trustworthy dudes. So after he gets beaten up, he runs back home with his tail between his legs, back to the city. And he's surprised to find that half the city's fallen to chaos. And, half of the Salafar Chemdog regiments in the city have fallen to chaos and been corrupted and stuff. Like, no one could guess that would happen. Like, that was like... Even if you take into account that, yes, Salafar Chemdogs still worship the Emperor and stuff, you gotta remember, if the taint of chaos is so extreme, people are literally having carnate demons being summoned inside them on this planet. The Salafar Chemdogs are not the most pious people. They're also infamous for, betraying the Imperium and, for fellow regiments. Hi, Nano Fate. How's the beauty? How are you doing, Native Edge? We're doing Skaven Marines, unironically, a great... No, they're not Skaven Marines. They are Guardsmen, the Salafar Chemdogs. They act kind of like Skaven, but they're Guardsmen. They're Guardsmen. But he leaves them to defend the city. He goes out, he gets beaten up, he loses the Titan, gets another one smashed up, comes back home, and he's like, okay, so for half the Salafar Chemdogs have turned traitor. Even if they're not necessarily turned to chaos, they're still, deciding, hey, I don't want to fight here, I don't want to die. And then, like, half the city's fine. But the populace of the planet, they're still fine. Like, the populace of this city, most of them haven't fallen to chaos yet. Instead, like, even in the parts that have where the, chaos has full control over the city or, over the district, most of the civilians are still like, no, I'm not falling, I'm not giving up of a god emperor, so do what the hell Butch decides to do. What he decides to do is kill all the civilians, unalive them all, because for letting their city fall to chaos, at least for the districts where chaos took over. Yeah, he just goes on full on, unalive a hobo, quite literally. These people have lost their homes. Yeah, just get rid of them. Just purge them. And then everyone tells him to stop doing that, and he's like, nah, I'm upset spaghetti, I'm gonna have it. And it's written in such a way that it just sounds like he's having a tantrum because he got defeated in battle, and now he just wants to take it out on somebody. This is the same Hellbretch who, has had very many human and characterizing moments in previous stories. Yeah, it also even it's the most stupid thing. And I can kind of get it, but it's how incompetent he was. Like, he literally left it in the hands of the Salafar Chemdogs. What do you expect? He gave it to penal legions and expected them not to fall to chaos. Literally, chaos portals are opening up everywhere. What do you expect? On top of this, the people were still fighting against it, and he decided to punish them anyway. Usually, the Templars are like, oh my gosh, the people are fighting against chaos. Give these people chainswords. I mean, if the people aren't defending themselves, the Templars are known to be, not care about civilians. But if the civilians are fighting, even if they're dying, even if they're not doing a good job, Templars respect that. Like, that's like almost every single story. They respect when people fight. Respect when people put everything they've got into, defending themselves. Hello, Dr. Smilex. My friends and I got into a discussion on whether Doom Guy would do well in 40k and came to the conclusion that Doom Guy would do okay, but Doom Slayer would leave a warp sparkly clean. I don't know the difference between Doom Guy and Doom Slayer, I'm sorry. 40k does have their own versions of them though. Hi, Paladin Stem. Oh, but yeah, in the same book though. Oh yeah, and within the story, every single time Templars appear, bar one, there's a footnote with Grimaldus. And the only time of the main story when they seem to do well is just this random no-name character who, you know, dies by the end of the story because, you know, random no-named character. But every single time they appear, they get just massively beaten up. They do absolutely awful tactics. They get completely destroyed. You have like 4 dreadnoughts at one point who just get turned into paper by Angron. It's like, they don't even put up a fight. It's like the Templars only exist in that story to be beaten up on, to be torn to pieces, to do awful, to do bad stuff, to make the space... Compare this to the Space Wolves and Grey Knights that get so many cool moments. Like, the Space Wolves and Logan Grimnar are, like, super nice in the story. They're like, oh, let's take care of the people. Oh, let's be kind. And I know the Space Wolves have had historically stuff like that. You know, they've defended the people of Armageddon before. Well, the Space Wolves are also the same people I've read about who, you know, just destroy entire cities to protect the secret of the Wolfen and stuff. Yeah, you got... And there's been so many times I've read about Space Wolves, you know, not being that nice to people. Like, they're not the nicest ever. So it's like, why does the Space Wolves get beaten up? But for Space... Why do... Black... You know... It's not fun. Being a Black Templar enjoyer sometimes isn't fun. And then you get beaten up doubly because every single time a Black Templar enjoyer is like on Reddit or something, you know. Oh no. Black Templar fans suck. And our law is starting to suck. So hi Mercury, hi Paladin Stem, hi Dr. Smarnix, hello everybody. How are you all doing? Oh yeah, for those who don't know, I'm Cupcake Conjuror in name and profession. First name Cupcake, second name Conjurer. I'm feeling a bit better today. Yesterday, oh yeah, sorry about not being able to stream yesterday. I got glue all over my hands. Well, that wasn't the only reason. I was feeling really awful. Just a casual city raise, yeah. Like, I mean, I get Black Templar being absolute jerks. Like, I kind of like how they were in Imperator's... No, in the Imperator book. So that's the latest one that came with the starter set. Or do you know for Armageddon box? The Black Templar are mentioned in there. And they are... they're kind of jerks. Like, the Imperator's like, we'll reinforce the cities that haven't yet fallen. And... for cities that have fallen, I'm sorry, we just have to abandon them. And the Black Templars are just like, no! And the Salamanders are also like, no! And the Salamanders are like, no, because I want to protect the people who are still alive there. We need to save who we can. And the Templars are just like, who cares about the people? I'm not giving up any ground to the stupid Xenos. I'm going to fight. And we don't get much of them, but it's... for our guardsmen that joined them, resistant groups also joined them, other marines joined them. And they do seem to be pretty competent and apt at what they're doing. So that was a pretty cool thing. It's like, yeah, they're acting like jerks. But they're at least getting some cool moments while acting like jerks. And at least, even though their intentions aren't necessarily to help people, they're still helping people. And that's fun. It's nice when you get moments like that. You know, a kind of nice mixture of them being an absolute jerks and stupid and foolish, but at the same time being kind of, you know, competent and helping people. That's what Hell's Reach is all about. With the Fall of Cadia, you get the Templar again doing stuff like that. We notice that there's just this one defense line called Martyr's Wall or something like that. They were like, we got to defend... No, Martyr's Rampart, I think. We got to defend this point. And they're like... Except it's kind of nice because while they are just ignoring orders to defend this one useless point, they're putting up an incredibly good fight. As you know, more and more chaos is just coming in. And they're like... And they even make moments of why is this place called Martyr's Rampart? And the guardsman's like, I think it's because of how many people die here. It's the first defense. And they're like, that's a good name. That's a good reason to call it Martyrs. And then he's like, we're fighting here for all of the martyrs that have died here before. Basically saying all of the guardsmen that have ever been fought here are all martyrs worthy of the Space Marine dying for their name. And that's kind of cool. Like, he's an absolute jerk. He's a mean person to, like, his fellow Space Marines to some extent, this Marshal. He doesn't have, he ignores orders, but, you know, it's that kind of thing that makes the Templars fun, and actually Space Marines in general, that are absolute jerks. They often don't follow orders, but they're kind of competent, and they're kind of so cool. I like that. I like that with all Space Marines. It's like the Space also mentioned them being jerks before. In the stories I've read, they were... what did they do? Yeah, the stories I've read for Space Wolves, they kind of have this really cool mix of them being like very secretive, not wanting to talk to, you know, regular humans and being a bit dismissive of them, but at the same time, you know, saving and respecting them. I like it. Snap and yap, yeah! My little brother played Space Marine 2 today and stole Titus's armor and got corrupted by Card. No! Doom Guy is the Doomslayer, but the Doomslayer is Doom Guy after being given the power of God. Oh, I mean, if you got the power of a God on your side, then yeah, you got to do pretty well in 40k. But yeah, oh yeah, I need to check. Is Cuptle working?
Pog Online Poggers.
Okay, yeah, Cuptle's working properly. Sorry, I was in a rush because, you know, I lost track of time. But yeah, so that's me and my complaining about how the Black Templars are treated. Like, I don't mind them being... I just want, when I read about my Templars, I just want them to have a few cool moments. You know, have a few moments where the entire brashness of them kind of breaks. Like, imagine how reaching the city at the start of, you know, the entire uprising of Khorne and stuff, and finding that half the city's already fallen. But he finds that a lot of the civilians are still fighting back. So those that were fighting, you know, he commends and respects. But those that weren't, maybe he purges. That would be cool. You kind of get a mixture of the two. If he goes out and does a not as ill-advised attack, and the attack is actually really well-advised, and it's going super well until suddenly, you know, Angron just pulls a Deus Ex Machina, opens up the ground, demons pour out of it and stuff, and suddenly the attack's going very badly and they have to fall back now. That would have been a much better way to write it. Yeah, if the Templar attack still fails, they still purge half of the city, but you still get a kind of more humanizing moments of them. You still get them doing cool stuff. And then having, like, when Angron just destroys 4 dreadnoughts, having the dreadnoughts putting up a fight would be cool.
I watched The Odyssey in an old school style cinema. I liked it. Don't understand why it got so much hate. Do you?
I don't. Do you know why? I do. So, Odyssey, I've not watched Odyssey. My parents watched it. The only thing that they had to say about it was the cinema was extraordinarily loud. And it was so bad, it kind of ruined the experience. But other than that, they did enjoy the film. The main reason it got hate was 2 groups of reasons. One, historical accuracy people. But you're always going to get that. Any sort of stuff that's minorly historical, even, do you know, this thing that's a modern take on an ancient myth. Which is the important thing about the Odyssey. It's a modern take on a Greek myth. So we're adding modern ideas to Greek myth. It is not trying to be a authentic pen to paper to screen take on the Odyssey. So you're going to have people upset about that and not just realising that sort of thing. But a lot of it's just grifters in general. You get this thing currently called hate grifting. It's very popular on Twitter because basically, if you see any of the accounts with like a blue mark in the name, and you see that they're saying these really weird and terrible things, it's usually because all they're doing is when they get money, when people see their tweets, they get money. So they will do things that will get people riled up. You'll either agree with them and comment and like and retweet and stuff, which gives them money, or you'll not agree with them and want to argue with them. And all this does is help them get more of a platform and get more money. So it's called hate grifting. And these people don't necessarily believe what they're saying. They don't necessarily not believe it. It's just they're doing it on purpose. They're purposely trying to rile people up. They're purposely trying to be annoying. On top of that, you just get people who dislike, for certain people who, you know, have a bit of a beef with Chris. Is it Chris Nolan now? Is that who it is in the Odyssey? So you get stuff like that. Oh yeah, and there's also a male actor. An actor who has like a very small role in the film, and people really don't like that actor for crazy reasons. So yeah, it's just called hate mongering. So that's the reason why. Don't give it any thought or attention. Just enjoy what you enjoy, and just if you don't like something, you don't like something. If you enjoy something, you enjoy something, and that's all you have to do. Ignore the haters. Yeah. Don't trust social media though. Like whatever social media is like, this is awful, or even when it's like, this is great, I'm like, yeah, I'm just ignoring you now. I'll make up my own decision whenever I get round to it. It's very cool for a lovely design of a site. I've not watched it. No spoilers, because maybe one day I will watch it. Christopher Nolan, yeah. A big part was how a large chunk of the movie was cut off in certain screenings. Oh, in fact, it was pretty good. Yeah. It's, Odyssey's weird. Odyssey, do you have a hate around it and stuff? Mostly all I've seen is people being upset about, you know, the costumes in it. Which you're always going to get. It's like Game of Thrones. There's plenty of people hating on the costumes. And plenty of people loving the costumes. But again, everyone has to remember, it's like, this isn't... like, Game of Thrones is not historical. It's fantasy. I mean, Game of Thrones is literally high fantasy. You've got magic, zombies, and dragons. While it is a bit grittier, I wouldn't say it's grounded in any way, shape, or form, whether it be for books or for TV show. It's very much... It likes to over-exaggerate. It likes to go over the top Game of Thrones. That's what people love about it. I don't, but, you know, other people do. And you get a lot of things like that where people get upset about stuff. It's like, they just do it certain ways. It's like one of the things of like, you often see the way that armor is put on in TV shows is often incorrect. Like, parts of the armor that should be like under the breastplate, like the part, what's it called? The part that goes on the neck. Usually should be under the breastplate to protect you, but in films, in TV shows, they put it over the breastplate. One, it's easier to put on that way. And two, it looks cooler. And you find that with a lot of the armors, is that they'll do rule of cool and what looks nice, rather than what is accurate. Like, often it's the if you don't think that they don't know they're doing it wrong, then yeah, these are people, they have historical accuracy people with them. You know, if they do the research, if they just choose to ignore what's actually correct. Thanks for headpats, by the way. White Walkers aren't zombies, Cupcake, but almost a hive mind. Yeah, I mean, still, you get what I mean, though. For magical, frozen, hive-mindy people who are kind of undead. Kinda. It's, But yeah. Anyway, either way, I'd say enjoy what you enjoy. If you don't like something, don't make it everyone else's issue. Yeah. It's like you got the new Supergirl film that came out. I've heard it's actually pretty decent. Although it's not what people were really expecting. I watched the trailer myself and I was like, I don't really want to watch this. The trailer doesn't make me want to watch this at all. It's got Lobo in. Lobo's the worst DC character. I'm joking. I'm joking. Lobo's not the worst. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Lobo. I mean, my main thing, like my first introduction to Lobo wasn't for Justice League animated, you know, series and stuff. And he was an absolute jerk and I didn't like him. Oh, gosh. But what am I doing today? Let's go to the hand cam. And blame the children of the forest for the White Walkers. I don't know who the children of the forest are. I apologize. There we go. What? So I'm just like, computer, work with me, computer. There we go. Big love hearts to all of those workings. What's happening? Oh my gosh, my computer's not wanting to click. Ooh. Upcoming event. Telford. Epsom Downs, Kempton Park. Never heard of those places. Oh, so have you seen? Have you got the new Rusafava Farstark unit? It's the Escher, new Escher gang unit. But it reminds me of, do you know, the Kroot Farstarkers? It's like you could literally just use these as human half Farstarkers in the what's it called? And look at that. If they look like the Farstarkers of the Tau, you just straight up put it from a correct basis and it would work. Also, do you like all the platform boots and the mohawks? I like how the Escher has so much mohawks going on. That even the pets have mohawks. And look at these guys. If we actually look at Clan Escher, one of the old races in Game of Thrones. Oh, yeah, I never got that deep into Game of Thrones. I struggled with it. Other games, Necromunda, Shop Hall. I think we just click filter. House Escher. If you click here, it's like obviously Mohawk, Mohawk, Mohawk. Actually, not really Mohawk there. But look at this. It's a raptor Mohawk. Even the pets have mohawks. Lizard rat mohawk things. It's hilarious. Also, this head pack's lasting for blooming ever. Like, sometimes the head pack breaks a little bit. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, let me move her. There we go. But yeah, what are we doing today? What I'm doing today is I'm just recycling sprues, so I'm just clicking the... is the stream still alive? My entire screen's just died. Head back for eternity is true. Hi Sosimus, how you doing? So my... everything just died on me. So the monitors just all turned black at the same time. And now my main is back flickering though. Still here on my phone. Okay, so I'm... Give me a moment. Okay, what about my monitors is just... Okay, is it back? Is my monitor going back? We're going west. Bye bye, Mercury. Well, why is this not? It's on HDMI. Sorry, one of my monitors just turned off. And I can't get it to turn back on. It's a monitor that has my OBS and stuff on it. Alright, everything, I don't know why everything just broke. The monitor does not want to work in the slightest. Don't know what I can do. Probably overheated. It's not overheated. Okay, I've tried completely unplugging the monitor and it's not helping.
I have monkey glue. I'm going to make a sword with scrap metal now. Because as Denizen has confirmed I am a Nork meek boy.
Okay, that's good. Bench pop. Good luck with that. Okay, I'm like working out my hair, just got caught in all of my sprues. Okay. Okay, I think it's actually one of the parts on my computer that's broken. So I just switched some stuff around and now I switched the parts around and now my other screen's not working. Okay. My graphics driver, I think, just died. Or one of his parts just died. Unfortunately. And now none of them want to work. I'm sorry about this. Screw it. Just one of the parts is broken. I mean, the only fix I can think of is... Can I get this over to here? Okay, if I get that over to here, I can at least bring chat up. Hi, Empress Right Ball. I just turned back to paying attention, literally watching our sitting at IT job. What's the issue again? All my screens just turned black, and now one of my one of my HDMI ports don't work. I've just switched out to all of the different parts. If I switch the screen for port out, like which screen is in which one, then the screen that's breaking. So all of the screens went black. One of them now doesn't work. And if I swap out for parts, the screen that's broken changes. So it's specifically the display part or the HDMI part that's broken. And I think restarting my computer will probably fix it, but I can't restart the computer without, having to turn off the stream. And taking a break from doing my programming homework. Yeah, so I don't know what's wrong, why that part broke. Maybe if I put some... If I restart my computer, it might work, or sometimes it does that. It's this 4K monitor. It's always been a big issue, and I keep wanting to replace it, but, it's money to replace things. I'm hoping it's not actually broken, that part. And restart in theory... Oh, now I'm so much more used to having... A restart in theory should fix it. Okay, I'm going to... I've also tried turning the screen on and off again. I've tried to completely unplug it for a few seconds. There we go. Unfortunately, the 4K monitor is the most convenient one to look at. But sorry about this. As soon as I started wanting to do anything, it's like, hey. Okay, if I bring chat back over to here, I can look at it properly. Are you using a computer dock or just straight connecting to the computer? The HDMI, the one that's broken, it's a cable just straight into the HDMI port. There's no go between. Oh, okay, so... Okay, I got everything set up. Everything's fine. Oh, not everything's fine. One of my monitors isn't broken, but I've changed which monitor I can get working. The one that's most convenient to use. Okay. Okay, this is all fine. This is all fine. Yeah, I've just got a whole load of sprues. Like, I literally got a mountain of sprues to clean up. Like... Oof. And that's not all. Oof. It's like... So we'll just take 3 of these sprues and cut them up. You're gonna go now. Bye-bye, Dr. Smilex. It's nice having you here. Sorry you spent like the past 10 minutes or whatever. I don't know how long it's been. Oh my gosh, we're 42 minutes into a stream and I've not even done anything. I apologise for this. I am feeling more like a failure every single day. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna separate these into Xenos parts, Imperial parts, Xenos parts. Oh yeah, I forgot about Vessel and Eshy things. Well, whatever, Chaosy parts. I'll throw them in the Xenosy bin. Oh yeah, I need a paint for hand. Chaosy parts, Xenosy parts. Imperial part that wants to be organized into a bits box. You know, I'll put that into the Chaos bits box actually. And maybe these two as well. You know, same with that one. Okay, and where's my clippers? I'll use these clippers to start clipping bits off here. And then I can break up the sprue so it can be easily recycled. And this is, we'll just put this in for Old World box. You're not a fairy cupcake, you're truly amazing. Thank you. No, I just mean things keep going badly recently. Oh god. Like streaming, computer dies. Or monitor dies. Doing something else. Ooh, wait, this bit. I think. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was just trying to put a bit of super glue on a model I broke, you know, for magnets. And the super glue bottle exploded, and then I'm just covered in glue. Like literally my hands are just completely coated in glue because it's like a waterfall of glue I had to deal with. And it ruined my favourite leggings. No, this was yesterday. Well, my favourite exercising leggings, so it's not that bad of a loss. But then I immediately just put my hands under water and it dried out the glue instantly. Which sounds weird, but yeah, it just makes it so that the glue's not going to be sticky anymore. Well, that means it became just rock hard and, you know, hard to move fingers. But it wasn't that hard. I could break the glue. It was hard to feel anything though. I'm just slowly peeling tiny bits away because it won't come off in big strips, only in tiny bits. If I need to vacuum up. Probably the HDMI part itself or driver issue. Quick question, are all your monitors on HDMI or some display parts are USB-C too? As to speak, the PC seems to be running fine, otherwise no picture issues. The parts, two of them are in driver parts, but one of them is using the old... Well, one of the monitors is a tablet monitor, so it's you can draw on it with a pen. So it's plugged into a USB part, and it's also plugged into... It's got a converter thing on it. What does it do? It uses default really old monitor connection, so I have to convert it to a display part. It's got an in-between. That monitor's completely fine. The other monitor is a normal monitor. It's HDMI part into a HDMI cable goes into another conversion to go into a display part. There's only one HDMI slot on it. I would say I would agree with you with it being a driver issue or whatever, but this monitor's had my main monitor's had a lot of issues. It often flicks on and off. This was on a completely different graphics driver, not even the same company. It used to be on NVIDIA. Broke all the time with the NVIDIA one. I had to get a Elgato. Just to act as a go-between. So that if a monitor ever broke, it would have just completely destroyed all my drivers. As it wouldn't cause a restart issue. I could just unplug the Elgato and then plug it back in and it will be fine. So that's an important note right there. But what else did it do that was annoying? But yeah, it turns on and off all the time by itself. Even if it's plugged into one of the display parts. It often flickers, often causes issues. So what I imagine is it's caused another issue that's caused it some sort of driver issue, and the port's now not working because it's just completely confused what's going on. So a restart in theory should fix it, or turning my computer fully off and on. If a restart doesn't fix it, turning on and off should. Also, hi, Finn's Falcador. Don't turn me into banana. Oh wait, is my YouTube studio working? Oh no, VTube Studio isn't working. I just realised. That's another thing that's not working, I guess. Oh, the bridger crash. Okay, VTube Studio doesn't want to work. Oh, there's an AMD bug report. I might have to restart my computer at this level. Task manager. YouTube Studio, not Stream Avatars. It's Stream Avatar. Oh no, Stream Avatars isn't working either. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to restart my computer. I'll be right back. RB. The stream's gonna crash. Is it working now? Is everything working? Hello, am I here? Am I live? I should be back. I think things are working, although I had to just... I want to cry. Why? I'm a poet and I don't know it. Yes. Oh no! Bloody VPN is on, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, now YouTube Studio is just an internal loading. Okay, never mind. It's working. Things are hopefully working now, just bit by bit. Ignore when it says TITS on screen. And why am I tiny? So don't try doing any commands because they won't work. There we go. Okay, what else is there? We've got BTS Pog, and this is one that always breaks. Everything alright? Not really. Every like of a stream is a prayer for Omnisire. How did it take me so long to even realise that?
Pog online poggers.
Okay, Cuptle's working. Now let's get stream avatars going. And mix it up. Which is, I have to mix it up online. Everything should work. Okay, and I have to put this here because it never wants to be working correctly. So my computer wanted to update. They wouldn't let me turn it off without updating. It got caught in internal loading, nothing happening. And all the screens just went black. So I had to power it off manually, you know, something you should never do when it's trying to update. Yeah, I had to do that because it wouldn't do anything otherwise. But then the updates went through after I did that, so that was fine. Oh gosh. But then I got the computer back on, and then a different screen and a different part stopped working at that point. But I managed to get it working. After every single screen started flashing like 600 times. It's lucky I don't blooming have epilepsy. But yeah, I think things are working now. I think things are working. And I might have taken it out on some pieces. I got angry. I got angry. Yo, and I just want to destroy stuff when you're angry. You know, do this. It's a piece of cardboard. It's fine. Although I did hit my water. And my water, it's in a bottle. So it's fine. It won't go everywhere. And it went white. I like it when you do that. Do when you have some water. Maybe just give it enough of a shock. It goes... And everything goes white. Yeah. Yeah. But I kind of just tore open this thing. Oh gosh, I feel like I can't do anything recently without everything just completely failing on me. That's one of the reasons why I've just been like so in a down of the dumps lately. It's like everything I try and do, it just keeps... It's not... And I wouldn't mind if I was doing badly at stuff. It just feels like completely out of my control. I'm like, no. Like, if I was failing, I'd be fine. Oh, but it's just like, it is minor things. That's what upset me. Magnus broke the psychic barrier again, maybe. Finished cooking. Diesel scrambled eggs with his food. Oh my god. Your animals are spoiled. What the heck? Scrambled eggs for your dog. Does a cat get shrimps or something? There was a time when my parents just like started feeding a cat shrimp. It's like, why are the cats eating better than us? Oh, there we go. No, Max gets chicken. Max gets chicken. Oh. There you go. Skulls. Yeah, I'm just separating things into useful bits. Do I want to keep this here? At least it's useful for like I can stuff bits into here and it's fine. Oh. There we go. You know, I'll put this up here. This could be useful. Oh, chaos bit. Yeah, chaos bit. Yeah, this could be fun to have as more accessible. I don't know what that bit does. Something. Oh, it's a bit of flesh, maybe, like it's meant to be eaten. I don't know. One time he tried taking one of my bonus spare ribs with fries at my Chinese food container. Oh. We give our cats freeze-dried shrimp treats. Oh my goodness. We give ours freeze-dried chicken treats. At the moment. I mean, the cats still eat very well. We have like these frozen cat food packets delivered to us. We did start giving our cats at one point, you know, proper fresh food, except when the vet told us it's bad to do that. You know, can lead to high sodium stuff and so on. The rest being when stuff goes wrong and you feel like it's out of your control, yeah. I mean, some of it's also in my control. It's stuff it's a mixture of I don't know. There's just been lots of weird things, I guess. I guess some of it, I guess some of what's also upsetting me recently is like stuff within my control as well. Or at least in theory within my control. Like, do you know what, when you're feeling ill and you're dizzy and stuff, and you're trying to do things, but things keep going badly? like you're trying to like reach out and grab something, kind of, but then you like miss, or you might spill your drink by accident, and really you're dizzy, you're tired, you should be resting, you shouldn't be trying to do stuff. But then you need to get stuff done though, so but that's part of what's been going on. I don't want to just be trauma dumping on you guys, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh no! One of the parts things that upset me yesterday is that someone had a GoFundMe campaign. I was like, I'll donate to that. You know, they're raising. It's one of the RimWorld models or something. They're raising for there's problems with the firstborn daughter, and they're raising money to pay for the hospital. Oh wait, I know what's going on. Oh, that's not good. If you got epilepsy, it's bad. I forgot. Sorry, my camera has this really weird issue. Oh my gosh, what have we done? Oh my gosh, why is this all changed now? Okay, look away. We've got epilepsy. Until I say otherwise. There we go. There you go. Okay, it should be fixed now. It should be fixed. It should be not trying to make itself bright and stuff. You heard the comments about Doomsday being related to Blazkowicz and Wolfenstein? Oh yeah, I've heard stuff about that, I guess. So... Oh yeah, I was donating to a GoFundMe thing. So I was like, okay, I'll donate. And then GoFundMe like, hey, want a tip? An insane amount of money to GoFundMe. It doesn't go to this campaign, it just goes to GoFundMe. I'm like, no. It's like, it's a transaction fee though. I'm like, okay, I'll tip enough to cover the transaction fee. And then everything for like, after going to PayPal, they're like, hey, we're just going to reset that tip, Originally, we wanted you to tip us like 12 quid. And now it's like, hey, tip us like 15 quid. I'm like, no! That's insane! That's insane! That's like an insane amount of money. I mean, 12 quid was already an insane amount of money to give to basically a glorified PayPal company. Except by that point, it was already like, so then I had to like try and spend, so I spent like half an hour of my time just trying to get a refund. Thankfully the refund went through, of a tip. I still donated for actual money I wanted to donate. It's like, what the heck? That seems like an unfair practice. Like, that seems like it was a glitch, but I feel like the conspiratorial side of me feels like it was, a purposeful glitch, hoping that people wouldn't refund it. I know, for just accept it. But when I did get a refund, they sent me a super patronizing thing saying, hey, a tip is completely optional. I'm like, I know. I did exactly what you said, but it reset it. Just as I told you, it reset it. Whee. Making a face downtown, walking fast. It's a face with a scar over the eye. Oh, and then we got a little nose, little nostrils, like shape of a nose as well, and then a big old smile. Yeah. There we go. Oh gosh. I am sorry. I'm just having one of those days. I'm not even having one of those days. My day, other than my arm being really painful, I'm having actually a pretty fine day today. Oh, I was having a pretty fine day today. So, you know. Yeah, I'll put that in the thing. What's this head like? Is this a good head? Nah, that's not a fun head. Kind of boring head. I do wish they gave us more different heads. Like, I swear I've seen this specific head in like so many different sets. Like, they could definitely design more head types. There we go. Oh, how's everyone else doing today? Oh, my tummy hurt. I was actually afraid for a minute there that my computer was just completely barked after I tried to restart it and it wouldn't restart or do anything. And then when it turned back on, none of the screens were working. Even the little tiny screen over my computer, over my CPU cooler, just wasn't working. You're now cooking yourself. Cooking yourself a pizza. Oh my goodness. Hi, TA. You missed all the technical issues. The damage here, completely accidental. Definitely. Definitely. And I like hello in here. Right, here we go. Right, I'm like in a destructive mood. I needed to replace this anyway. This is why I'm taking out my feelings on it. Hello! I do have another box ready to replace the cardboard here. First rule of if you have it turned off and on again, second rule, have you tracing for amnesia. Yeah, this is the issue. I completely restarted my computer and it wouldn't restart properly, meaning that I had to press the power button to fully turn it off and then turn it back on again. And again, for a few minutes there, I was like, ugh. Oh, yellow there, Mr. Sandwich. We're destroying cardboard today because, you know, we angry. Or me angry. I feel bad about that though. I was literally thinking I had to cancel the stream and I had to figure out how to get the stream working on my phone so I could cancel it and end it. That's partly the reason why I destroyed this, because I'm like, I'm gonna have to replace it anyway. I'm just going to start breaking this. I'm just gonna be like, now I feel embarrassed that actually everything did start to work. What it do. It upset me by existing. Fat Sharvish cardboard did. It seemed too happy. Oh god. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's a big old screamy scream. And I can leave this here. Right, I might. Hope you have a good day. It's been okay. How's your day been? It's okay to post my... Yeah, it's okay to post your food. Post it into fun tweets. That's generally the best place to put those things. on the discard. Oh wait, no, that goes over here with the Imperial stuff. Is this the old world stuff? Oh. Oh wait, I've not finished this one because of this thing here. No, don't banana me. See you next time. Oh, you're already going. Bye bye, Sandwich Man. Thanks for popping in. Oh, my arm hurts. Okay, I don't think this goes here. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something there. $42. Oh, yeah, it's the wrong one. Okay, that makes sense. It's this one that goes on there. Losing my cool. Losing my cool. Oh yeah, and then my microphone wouldn't work. After I got, if you realised I was like silent for a few seconds after the stream came back, that's because my microphone stopped working. Yeah. Oh, and things were also very unresponsive after getting the stream, after getting my computer back on. So yeah, I just had like 16 different issues. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Computer is fine. Speaking of an IT profession, please don't do that to your computer. Holding the power button to force it off is a normal shutdown process, which can mess with the next boot and cause other issues over time. I did try shutting it down through Windows, but it wouldn't shut down properly by itself. Literally, I was just sat there waiting, and none of the screens had anything on them. My thermal right cooler thing has a screen on it, and that screen was also not in its usual "hey, I'm shutting down" process. So the entire computer was just bought. So I had no choice but to turn it on and off again via the power button. In the same way that, you know. So yes, I did try shutting it down through Windows. It would not work. Well, as soon as I did that, it effectively just was like, oh yeah, I'm meant to be installing updates and stuff. And it went through all its updates properly as soon as it came back on. So I guess it needed that kick in the butt. Here I come, San Francisco. I don't know how to interact. Don't worry about it, me neither. Oh gosh. Unfortunately, when I get stressed, my tummy's not been well, like for the past few days, which I think has added to the entire issues of feeling like I'm failing. You know, lots of just stuff going wrong. When you're in pain at the same time, and you're kind of exhausted, but you can't sleep either because you're in pain. Yeah, but that does not help you trying to get anything done or trying to resolve the issues. And then when you think you start to get back on track, and it just punches you in the face again. Okay, this arm does not go with this piece. Maybe it's this arm actually that goes with this piece. Ah, that's perfect actually. Yeah, I had it the wrong way around. Unfortunately though, when I'm stressed, my stomach issue gets worse. and it gets more painful. And, you know, it becomes a recycling problem of I'm in pain, so I feel awful, but I'm feeling awful and things keep going badly and I'm struggling to get it going correctly. So that stresses me out, which makes the pain worse, which makes it harder to resolve issues, which makes me more stressed, which makes the pain worse. And it's just like, no, it's the glue lady. Hi, yes, Dada. We've had like an insane number of tech issues. And, you know, we took it out for cardboard. But look, I drew like a cool little face there. And hello. It's fine. Oh gosh, my arm is in pain. Not so sure why my arm's in pain. I was doing exercises yesterday. I felt like my exercises were a lot easier yesterday. It doesn't feel right that my arm should be hurting me. It probably is from the exercises. Maybe push myself too much. I was like, oh, the exercise is feeling easier today. Well, let's push out to see if I can do a bit more. It's the glue lady. That's not my name. Like, the glue lady? Why did he call me the glue lady? Because you're a lady and you got glue all over yourself? Like, oh yeah. What Blender does to the average human, it got a nosebleed. You got a nosebleed? No! Oh, because you're using Blender for software. You're not talking about someone getting blended. Look, giant hands. That's me. Look at that scroll. Oh yeah, anyway, enough of me complaining about issues and stuff. Let's try going on to other stuff. So far, I haven't blended anyone. Aww. Well, maybe you should be. Maybe that's where you're going wrong. You know. So I think it's perfectly normal to blender people. Just throw them in the blender. Like that one Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, where they throw everyone in the blender. Do. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the one where the teachers eat all of the kids in first Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. And at the end of it, they throw the kids into the blender. Bum, bum, bum. You know. That's the best Treehouse of Horror. Least scary one too. No, that has to be one of the scarier Treehouses of Horror, if I'm entirely honest. Book that wants to eat you. It's a book that wants to eat you. It's a book that wants to meet you. And by meat, I mean turn you into meat. To cook and heat up. Does that look like a chaos book, or does it look like a generic book? I feel like it could be a generic book if it really wanted to be. Yeah, I'll put that to one side. Random spiky bits. Twist them off the spoon. Twist them off the spoon. Does it damage us to pieces? Not really, because it's Warhammer. It's not Gundam. I am here. I am San Francisco. Okay, Savage Man. Learning geometry nodes? I don't recommend it. Oh, I can barely remember what I did when I did Blender. Like anything about the software. I just remember being like, I'm gonna make a person. And I want to give her super curly hair that has realistic physics. And by super curly hair, I meant like it was a game model. So, not like full-on hair physics. Instead, it was more like claymation style. I love AI. No, the AI ads suck. They're the worst. I wish there was an option on YouTube to tell it to not do AI ads. And there's no option for it. I can turn off gambling. In theory, you should not be getting gambling ads here. And you shouldn't be getting alcohol ads here because I don't support either practice. And I've got the ability to turn both of them off. I have thought about just turning off video game ads as well. Because the only video game ads you get is still those stupid mobile games. It's like, what the heck? Okay, now this is a chaos book. Oh, scrolls! They could be any old scrolls. So once again, I'll put them into the nice pile. I love AI ads. AI ads. AI ads are the worst. Maybe I should turn off game adverts. Because do you ever actually get adverts of proper games, or are they always just for these stupid mobile games? Oh, my arm is not happy with me right now. Oh, look, it's a hoverhead. Hover, ba-dam, ba-dam. Hover, ba-dam, ba-dam. It's a hover, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Everyone's screaming hovers. Everyone's screaming too. Everyone's screaming about hovers. They're coming after you. Do, 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 do. No, 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 no. Do, 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 do. Screaming hovers. You know, that's a cool staff. I didn't even realise that's one of the staff options in this kit. I don't think we're ever going to get another moon face demon like this again. Outside of like special edition boxes. Simply because I think it's just too close with the, you know, the loons from Age of Sigmar. The Gloom Spike gets, the loon bosses. Have their moon heads and stuff. I wish a Harlequin's got more stuff. They're so cool. Yeah, I don't know what they would get for. I think that's one of the big issues with Harlequins. Is that they don't really... I don't think they have any ideas for what to give for Harlequins. It's like, we got our basic Harlequin units. We've got our... I need to move my wires. My wires are all in an area where I keep kicking them now. We've got our Harlequin characters. We've got the Solitaire now. We've got the Death Jester. What else do we give for Harlequins? It's like nothing. And we gave them a transport. Is there anything else we should give them? Give them things needed for theatre, like a guy running around with props or something. You could get a person who is like, you know, named something like the Scene Changer. And their entire thing is it got like holographic capabilities. Maybe they're like a character on a big base. And they've got kind of got like this set dressing behind them. That's kind of looking like it's being holographically projected by the character. They can't join a unit, but they've got like an area of 12 inches around them where any Harlequin unit within 12 inches has the benefit of cover. And counts as being hidden. That would be cool, actually. I'd like that. I think I came up with a pretty nice idea. Or maybe it's a bad idea, I don't know. What else is the foe you could have for the Harlequins? I think for Harlequins, if we get a new Eldari Codex, I'd want the Harlequins to be more custody level. Like, yeah, maybe we don't want to make them super tough, but give them like 3+ invulnerable saves. Like, that sounds insane, but give them a 3+ invulnerable save. Give them 2 or 3 wounds each. If you want to keep them toughness 3, that's fine. Or I'd say make them toughness 4. Give them fights first. Actually, give them a special rule that allows them to fight first, even in the opponent's turn. Like they got super fights first. Does it make sense? Maybe. Does it need to make sense? No, the Harlequins. And then give them damage 2 or damage 3 weapons, just as a basis. Would also be pretty good. Nah, that power sword is kind of meh. What about this power sword? That's nicer looking. Gotta watch Blender tutorials now. See you later. Bye-bye. Good luck with your blendering. Like, that's a pretty cool head. I'll put that head to one side. They don't know what I'm doing. I'm just putting pieces to one side where I want to have them. Then I'll cut up the sprue so I can put it into a box, and then I can give it to a Warhammer store and we can recycle it. I know I can make sprue goo, but sprue goo requires acetone and, you know, it's a lot of work. I'd rather just get some clay. I mean, the amount that acetone costs and the amount of work going into it, I mean, I might as well just get polymer clay. I know, Millie put or something. Okay, I'll do one more of these and then I'll start sorting out some of these bits. Ooh, I like the Screamer pistols. The Screamer pistols are cool, the Sonic pistols. Ooh. Do you think that sword looks too Slaneshi? Do you think you can get away with that? With like making it an Eldari sword being used by Space Marine? Or like a Necron sword? I think I can get away with that being a normal sword for Space Marine. Or like just a fancy sword. Oh, I managed to fit. So yesterday I did have something cool though. Instead of streaming, I decided to well, I had a nice shower and I washed my hair with my new volumizing shampoo. And if nothing else, it smells nice. I didn't really volumize my hair much at the moment, but I'm wondering if it needs more than one wash. But what did I do? Oh yeah, I put all my chaos models I've made into the attic. So I put them onto a metal tray in one of the containers, and I put my soul grinders with my defiler And I could get the Defiler and 2 Soul Grinders on a single one of those Jacochi metal trays. I was like, amazing. So now they just sit really nicely together. And all is well in the world. Okay, yeah, that's enough for now. I'll sort these out into boxes. Yeah, I just gotta put all of these sprues. I'll just move them over here. We did take some finagling to get them all onto the same tray, but there's now enough room on that tray to put other stuff like nurglings or whatever. And I realised there's enough room, right? Enough room for spaghetti. No, not spaghetti. That's the wrong word. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, for even more models. So if I wanted 3,000 points of Nurgle models, I can now have 3,000 points, and I've got room for them. Okay, you guys just go into here. That's nice. I don't have so much room because I've got like 2 boxes of chaos. I've got 1 box that has my Undivided and Nurgle models in, and 1 box with my Slaanesh and Tzeentch models in. There's not much room in the Tzeentch one and Slaanesh one. There's not much room for a mushroom. I need to get another box though, so I can upgrade the box that my orcs are in. So hopefully I can fit all of them in. I don't know if it'll be able to fit 6,000 points of orcs though. No, is it 6,000? No, it's 4,000. It's 4,000 points of orcs. It should be able to fit 4,000 points in. Then I can use the box that my orcs are currently in. Or for something. I can definitely use it for something. I don't know, maybe my guardsman. My Templar Serfs guardsman. Although I don't think if a box would be big enough. No, because it's like 4,000 points of infantry stuff. With my cavalry and my entrenched and all the artillery pieces. They're all going to take up a hell of a lot of room. Yeah, they're probably better in a normal box. So I currently got a critic box for my orcs. Now the critic boxes don't fit a lot of models in. I could rearrange stuff. Could definitely rearrange stuff. Okay, we got another one of these sprues. And now feel embarrassed about the fact that the cardboard protective layer has holes in it. But don't worry about it. Feeling embarrassed is okay. We all make mistakes. Oh my gosh. Oh, but one thing, a cool thing today. I have done something fun. I say fun. Depends on your... but I finally started Cupcake. Did you ever watch the last... Nope, not watched it yet. I don't plan to watch it in any official capacity because I don't want to give any money to Paramount. They own Avatar. Paramount suck. You kind of want to watch it though. Heard it's good. Oh yeah, with my Japanese lessons, I finally moved on to it's split into 6 different courses currently. I use an app called Renshu, and it's split into 6 different courses. It's got beginner Japanese or basic Japanese lessons first. And then it goes into the main Japanese courses, which is N5, N4, N3, N2, and N1. If you don't know, that's like the most common world like test for Japanese. For N1 to 5 system. 5 being the lowest grade and 1 being like the highest test or the hardest test. So yeah, I'm finally moved on to that. Although when you start that, it's like, okay, here's your basic vocabulary that you need to learn, and it's at 36 words a day for me. Here's your basic grammar you need to learn, and there's loads of lessons. And here's your kanji that you need to learn, and here's some understanding sentences you need to learn. I'm like, it was incredibly overwhelming having all 4 courses just added on, because I still needed to go through like 120 words a day or whatever, 120 to 150 words that I need to test myself on each day of the words I've already learned, which I've learned about over 500 words. But I need to, like, you know, review them every single day, or at least a large chunk of them. So all of that being added on is in addition to what I need to review. And there's also like all the grammar I've already learned that I need to review every day. And that's like another 36 questions. It was incredibly overwhelming. I'm like, ugh. But then I was like, okay, I can fix this. I can fix this. I don't need to learn this much grammar. I basically froze the kanji and the sentence learning. So, oh no, one of my monitors, okay, no, sorry, one of my monitors just turned off. And I was really scared with everything else that's happened. But it's incredibly overwhelming, so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to learn about, oh, and it just turned off again. Why is this monitor breaking on me? Right, let me make sure. Oh, now all of them are turning off again. Oh. Okay, come on. You all work. You all work. Don't worry about it. Okay, it's back. It's back. They're back. Okay. I just needed to fiddle with the cables a bit. I've got a storm shield which you can put over there. Oh, this is a cool helmet. I forgot about this helmet. I'll put that head over there. What about this head? How is it? It's kind of meh, but I'll keep it to one side anyway. It's a slightly unique head. Okay, so we got another one of these big old screamer cannons. I can't remember what they're called. Sonic blasters, I think. Yeah, I'm slowly trying to learn though. I think about 400 of the words I've already learned in the N1 vocabulary are spread around it. So I think there's another about 400 words I'm going to have to learn going into the course. In addition to everything else I've already learned. I don't know about the grammar. Japanese grammar still really confuses me. I did find a couple of fun YouTube videos though that helped me understand it a bit better. And I've been writing down. Where's my book? Oh, it's over there. I've been writing down in my book different things. And then I can just read it and review it just every single day. Just give it a quick glance through. They just explained it in much easier words to understand, for me anyway, than what other ones have. Like, I'm not actually trying to, like, learn it well enough to pass an exam and know, like, all of the correct terminology for stuff. I just want to learn things well enough that, you know, I can understand and speak it. But yeah, once I finish learning all the vocabulary and grammar in the N5 course, I'll go on to learning through all of the sentences and kanji while doing the review. I just think it's much easier to focus on one part at a time. You know. There we go. Oh, here it goes. There we go. Forgot about the little bellows. Wait a minute. Right, I just realised it's got all of these tubing here. It's like a oh, it's like a bagpipe. Oh, it's just a futuristic bagpipe. My goodness. Can we paint? Will anyone complain if I paint and convert my noise marines into Scotsmen? Oh my gosh, imagine imagine finding yourself in 40k. I just hear this, you know, unholy shrieking noise. And for every Imperium's like, oh my goodness, we've got the sonic weapons. And it's just a bunch of Scottish people with bagpipes. You know, if anyone in Scotland is to fall to any of the Chaos Gods, it would definitely be Slaanesh. Do what makes you happy. Nothing makes me happy. I am filled with unbridled rage. Ah! So much rage. So scary. Are you scared? I'm sorry. I don't think I'll actually turn my noise marines into Scotsmen. I much prefer my Slaaneshi Night Lord idea. But it is a fun idea. Like, no, the Scottish are here. The Emperor gets off his golden throne. It's like it's that Scottish music I hear. I thought I wiped them all out. Those darn Scots won't go anywhere, will they? I mean, honestly, Slaanesh would make the most sense for a Scottish person to be corrupted by. That's I mean, you got your deep fried Mars bar, and if a deep fried Mars bar isn't, you know, part of the entire Slaanesh thing of, you know, excess and gluttony, then I don't know what is. Scotland. Oh yeah, of course I'd only have one of the arms on this sprue because the other one was used in the main model. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Look at a big old claw. I got a big old claw. No, 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 no. A big old claw. A big meaty claw. A big metal claw. Do you think soul grinders will ever be given to Chaos Space Marines? Like if the next codex doesn't include soul grinders for generic Chaos Space Marines, I don't know what. Why? I don't know why it shouldn't. In fact, I think every single faction should just get hold of soul grinders. You know, Chaos faction that is. Like, obviously, Nurgle. Like, if you're doing a Demonkin army as any other monogod factions, you should get access to all of the demons of your monogod. Like, Nurgle should get access to the beasts of Nurgle, like the Death God, sorry, as well as the Pox Riders, Plague Bearers, Soul Grinder. What's the other thing? You got Nurglings, you got the Poxfinger, the guys who ride the flies. Oh no, all of them should be included. And then it makes sense that you should be able to get soul grinders as generic Chaos Space Marines, not just as an ally. Because you got blooming Fashtar as a Chaos Space Marine. He's not in the Demon Codex. If Fashtar is in the generic Chaos Space Marine Codex, then the soul grinders he is infamous for making, and you know, have been in multiple books alongside him, should be in the Codex with him. Not just as a thing to ally into them. Or maybe I'm being crazy, I don't know. Fashtar, do 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 do, it's Fashtar, do 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 do. He wants to eat your face. He wants to make you a disgrace. He wants to sell you a contract where you buy soul grinders. It's got no hidden clauses. Once you do what's meant to do. That is actually one of the coolest things about Fashtar, though. The fact that he gives you this contract and he's like, okay, sign this contract. It's like, is there any, it's like, you're looking for the tiny writing. It's like, there's no tiny writing. It's just everything we agreed is in the contract. Nothing else is, just do what you do. It's like, okay. And then the contract comes to an end. You get exactly what you wanted. Fashtar gets exactly what he wanted. And that's it. It's like, good guy Fashtar. You know? I mean, the fact is that you're probably still getting screwed over by Fashtar. But it's in a way that you are either very well aware that you're being screwed over in some regard, or you have no idea how what the contract you've signed actually, you know, screws you over. And sometimes it might not screw you over. Sometimes it just helps Fashtar. Obviously, any contract he signs with you, likelihood is he's getting more out of it than you are. Like, do you know, Abaddon gets in his Arcs of Omen? He's like, okay, I'll get my Arcs of Omen. It's like, what do you get out of this? Everything. It's literally... This contract is amazing for me. It's like, sure, you don't suffer at all from it. Sure, it seems like you came out on top in this deal, but if a long run, I came out on top because I got my keys. Cupcake thinks is basically the Chaos God version of a Shadow Man from the Princess and... I've not watched that yet. I kind of want to though, because it's got one of my favourite voice actors in it, playing the, you know, the guy who sings the Dio song. And he also plays Husk in Haspin Hotel. For Arbiter in Halo. And the President in Rick and Morty. President Curtis. Amazing voice actor. I want to watch that spin-off series. It's like, who asked for President Curtis getting his own spin-off series? Literally me. Multiple times. Like, you know, there's a person called Cupcake out there, and she really wants, you know, President Curtis to get more, you know, screen time. So he gave President Curtis his own TV show. I hope Cupcake's happy. I'm like, yes, I'm very happy. I can't even remember my favourite voice actors. He's not my favourite voice actor. He's definitely one of the top ones. Kevin Conroy's one of my top voice actors as well. As you can tell, I like the deep voices. I can't remember who else I really like. Was this meant to be in there first? Yes, it was. Can I open this up? Possibly, somehow, somewhere, some way. There we go. This was meant to be in here. Now it is again. There we go. Big old guns. Keith David, that was him, yeah, and he played Spawn and in the Gargoyles. I remember watching the Gargoyles TV show as a kid. I can't remember how much of it I did watch, but I remember seeing it and being like, oh, I've never seen it again. I do not remember a single thing that was in it other than I thought it was a really cool show. The main things I watched though was, you know, growing up DC stuff. So like Justice League, Batman, oh, what's it called? Teen Titans. Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go is good. It's good enough. I never watched actually Young Justice though. I remember watching like 1 or 2 episodes and being like, I don't really care for this show as much. Oh, Static Shock. That was another show. I love Static Shock. I remember seeing some Ben 10. Never really was a big fan of it though. Look at all these tentacles. Honestly, one of my favourite parts of Chaos is just all of the tentacly things. The other metal demon engine tentacles. I rarely ever use them in any of the models though. Like, do you know where they actually come from? Like, I didn't use a Scourge on my Defiler. I didn't use the Hellbrute Scourge either on my Hellbrute. I did use for parts of it. Actually, I did use parts of it on my Hellbrute, but not to give it the Scourge weapon, but just because I thought it would be cool to have the tentacles coming out of a Hellbrute from different parts of it. But that's generally where I use most of these tentacles. It's just, you know, on different conversions. They're just great conversion material. Original Teen Titans is better. Arguably, yeah. I mean, it depends what you're wanting. If you're wanting to watch it for comedy, then original Teen Titans isn't better. If you're wanting to watch it for drama, then yeah, the original Teen Titans is just better in every single regard. That being said, original Teen Titans Season 1 absolutely sucks. That it's really hard to rewatch it for me. Also, Teen Titans Go had... Oh, what's it called? There's a song. They made a music video for it. Very retro vibes. It was amazing in Teen Titans Go. Oh yeah, I got the archy things here. The crossbow stuff. I can't remember what it was called. Something. I'm gonna have to Google it up now. Teen Titans famous song. Teen Titans Go. Famous song. Teen Titans Go rock song. Do 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 do. Now, wasn't Jump City rock? Night begins to shine. Yes. Oh, that is amazing. The animation is also ridiculously good. Like, better than it has any right to be for the Night Begins to Shine episode. Just Google Teen Titans Go. The Night Begins to Shine. It's amazing. Okay, so 23, 24, they probably go together. 29, 25. And then 26. Also, I do know how blasphemous it is to say that I never liked Young Justice that much. I have seen clips of Young Justice. The main issue for me with Young Justice is too much teen drama-y. I'm never a big fan of the teen drama stuff. And Young Justice is filled with it. Wait, actually, best superhero cartoon? I just remembered. Is actually... Kim Possible. Kim Possible, call me baby, never wanna... As you can imagine, I first saw Kim Possible when I was very, 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 very little, and I was like, oh, role model material. Oh, I wanna be the very best, like Kim Possible is. American Dragon was kind of fun. All I remember is there was a character named Rose in that one, and I was like, yeah. Oh, so cool. And Justice League had Wonder Woman in it. And Batman. Look at that. It's a crossbow dude. I don't know what I'm going to do with this crossbow dude. Maybe I should put it on a space. But for all of my archy stuff, you know what these originally got them for? It's orcs and goblins in Old World, so they need to be on a square base. I'll put them to one side, but on square bases later. I don't have any archer boys though. I don't think I can have a squad of just like 3 archer boys. 31. Hi. Puffy Amiyumi made the theme songs of the original Teen Titans. Oh yeah, I knew that one. At least I kind of did. I know that we've got 2 theme tunes. One of it's in English and the other's in Japanese. And for the more serious episodes, they use the English one. And for the more silly episodes, the goofing off episodes, they use the Japanese tune. I believe I remember correctly. I know Late Teen Titans is amazing. Because I remember Slade. I absolutely adored Slade. Like Slade, it was one of my favorite Deathstroke cartoon villains, to a point where I wanted to cosplay Slade. I do know his daughter. But the issue then comes, have you ever read Slade comics? Some of them are cool. Some of them is like a cool anti-villain, you know, type person. With standards and stuff. Which is like the kind of Slade, Deathstroke-y character I really like. But then sometimes he's just straight up like, yeah, I can't even say it on YouTube. That's how bad it is. Don't trust him around kids. That's how bad he is. It's like, no, we're not Slade. It's like, he's a villain. What you on about? Villains are going to be villainous. Yeah, but sometimes he's more anti-villain. And like, I grew up with him being more of an anti-villain. You know, I know the cartoon, the Teen Titans show, he was kind of, you know, he wasn't always straight up evil. He was like a cool villain. A villain with like standards to some degree. Manipulative. I was like, oh, I love that dude. It also helped he had a really cool voice. And I'm a sucker for really cool voices. Slade and Terror, that is all. No! That's non-canon. Not part of my headcanon. Yeah, finding out that stuff like completely killed my desire to cosplay as, you know, Deathstroke. But also, I think it's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of Deadpool. It's like, so if you don't know, Deadpool is actually literally a Marvel copy of Deathstroke. Literally Deadpool, Deathstroke. It's very similar costume designs. Both of them like swords. Both of them are mercs who are kind of like Deadpool. If you don't know, he was actually more of a villain originally, with a kind of, you know, anti-villain streak to him. Just like Deathstroke is kind of a villain with an anti-villain streak. Depending on who's writing him and when for writing him. But where Deathstroke is a completely serious character, they decided to try making him, and he's got no powers other than, you know, the power of being superhuman. You know, peak human skill. That's what they call it, don't they, in the comic book. He's got no powers. He's just peak human capabilities. Which is just another way of saying superhuman. But we want him to pretend he's not got any powers. Just watched a short of the original Teen Titans theme and it felt like I was 6-year-olds in 2000. Oh god. Teen Titans, Justice League and Batman are all really old shows. But you know, they still get, you still find them on like Cartoon Network being repeated still. And do you know these other things? Although generally, with the rise of streaming services, they've been mostly relegated to streaming services now. But until streaming services came out, they were like top things to find on like channels for years. Same with Kim Possible and stuff, and Lilo and Stitch cartoon. Oh my goodness. Gravity Falls. We Bare Bears. Oh, I love We Bare Bears too. Beautiful. Wait, does this guy go with this body? Should do. In theory. Okay, there we go. There we go. Are there any characters like that though? Where, you know, there's just parts of the characters where you're just like, that's not part of my headcanon. I'm just ignoring that piece of their lore and their background because it kind of ruins the character for me. I don't have a great deal of characters like that, but I definitely have some. Especially in anime, oh my goodness. Anime can sometimes just absolutely suck. In terms of characters, just doing bad things. There we go. Big old crossbow. Yeah, no idea what I'm going to use them for in my Orcs and Goblins army, if I ever get around to putting them into my Orcs and Goblins army. I guess I could put them all on like one big base and use them as a bolt thrower. And the bows are about the same size as a blooming bolt thrower, it feels like. There we go. Elobus. Is the worst. Oh, okay. Batman the Animated Series knows how Batman is better than every live action movie, yes. To be fair to the Snyder one, they were riffing on an actual comic. I say riffing, they were going off an actual comic of where you know, a very, very jaded Batman, very late into his career. And he is often like seen as more jaded, more violent and so on. Late into his career, even in the animated stuff. So I will give him that props. That being said, if you're not very well aware of Batman comics, or you're just not a big fan of those Batman comics, and they are controversial ones, then yeah. You can actually see this in part of the original, I say the original Batman. There's actually 2 parts of the original Batman I never really liked. That's partly when it went beyond its original run into the later series, and there's some weird stuff with Barbara Gordon there. Yeah, it's not a great look for Batman. But then what else is there? Oh yeah, do you know for Batman Tomorrow, whatever it's called? Do you know where he has his successor? That Batman is also shown as more jaded and whatever, and he's like becomes a bit less jaded over the course of the series. Cupcake, if you watch House of a Dragon, I'm not going to watch House of a Dragon, I'm sorry. It's got Matt Smith in it. I do love Matt Smith. I think it does have Matt Smith right in House of a Dragon. I'm not a Game of Thrones fan. Batman absolutely cares about his rogues gallery as much as he fights against them. He wants them to get better. And he uses infinite money to try and help. Yeah, I absolutely adore that Batman. I recently rewatched, not the entire Batman animated series, but basically the original run of it. And then the Justice League following it. And Batman in there is just so good. He does become more jaded and stuff, and you see a bit less of his philanthropy in the Justice League. And sometimes a bit of abuse of money in the Justice League too. But you still see a lot of his more nicer side in that show, and it's good. But yeah, Batman is amazing in the animated series, where it's not just that he cares about his rogues, he cares about the people of Gotham. And he recognizes that most of the villains in Gotham, like, do you know, these vigilantes, like some of the people he beats are literally just trying to be their own vigilantes. Actually, I think the Clayface episode in its own way is kind of, if you look at it from another lens, Clayface is kind of being, again, a vigilante. Like, sure, he's attacking people who are kind of innocent, but they're not really that innocent. They might not be guilty of any crimes. I can't remember, actually. Were they guilty of crimes, the people he attacked? But you see it a lot. You see it as a repeated things of, while they're not justified in their actions, they are justified in their feelings that resulted in them taking such actions. And you can see why they did what they did. Because they're living in a corrupt, abusive society where that they struggle to exist within effectively. Sometimes they were nice people who just got stepped on just far too many times. Some of his villains are actively trying to make the world better. They're just going about it the wrong way, like Poison Ivy. Yeah! Some of them go crazy, like Man-Bat is a big one, where they're trying to make the world a better place, but their own experiments and stuff. They tested it on themselves or whatever. Wait, there was Man-Bat where he tested it on himself? Because I'm pretty sure there's at least one villain where they go crazy because they test something experimental on themselves, rather than, you know, testing it on, you know, other people. Because that would be bad. But you got a lot of things where they're trying to make the world a better place, the experiment goes wrong, bad stuff happens. Then you get even... hi, Abina! How you doing, Absolute Batman? I've not read the Absolute series, but I have heard Absolute Batman is getting its own TV show, is it? Or animated film or something. I heard something about that. And I have been interested in seeing it. Yeah, I just absolutely adore how it's... Oh no, my first experience, I've mentioned this a few times as a child, but my first experience with Batman, and it probably helped change my entire course of my life. And it's a very young age I saw I think it was on VHS tape, because we had a VHS player for ages. I think we only recently got rid of it. And it was the Batman film with the Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze, rather. The animated one. And that film is so beautiful. The score, the animation, Mr. Freeze's story. Oh my gosh, I literally cried at that film so much. And I watched it actually a while ago now, again. After I started VTubing, and I cried all over again watching it. It's just such a beautiful film. I adore that film so much. And then the Squirrel Croc, who is a criminal because no one gave him a chance at a normal job or life because he looked like that. Yeah! Unfortunately, as the series did go on, they kind of ruined some stuff. Like, you know, bringing back rogues. Like, they did all this stuff to help the rogues be good, and then suddenly, the rogue is coming back for whatever reason. And it kind of, like, not defeats a point, but kind of weakens the previous episodes. Doing okay, just doing some art before bed. Ooh, good luck with your art. Have you thought about cosplaying as your VTuber model? Because I'm going to try cosplaying as a fresh grunt of the World Eaters. I mean, I have thought about. I'm a very ill person. I don't really get out much, so I don't really have much reason to cosplay. And my character is partly inspired by my appearance. I don't have pink hair, but I do have blonde hair. And I do have glasses. And I am exceptionally tall. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong model today, I just realised. I'm not meant to be in this model. No, we're meant to be in V2. Yeah, I'm meant to be in this one. There we go. And let me get rid of those cat ears. There we go. Hi, how we doing? It's the most hot of summers. I'm beat. I don't know how hot it is here. But I'm going to just say it's nice and cool today here. Just to make you jealous. Because I believe you would look adorable cosplaying as your model. Probably. 40 degrees C, what the heck? Okay, I'm going to check. It has been warm today. I will admit that much. Let me check the temperatures. 26 degrees. Refield 24. Nice. If Conjuror were exposed to this heat, she would instantly melt. It's true. That's why I've got an air conditioner. That keeps my room at a nice 8 degrees C. If I go above 8 degrees C, I start to melt. I'm sorry, I'm a cupcake. I know that people will be like, oh my gosh, that's so bad. Why are you using so much electricity to keep your room that cool? Because I need to live in a fridge. You don't put your cupcakes out, you know, on the worktop in the summer, do you? No, you keep them in the fridge. Because otherwise some frosting and stuff's gonna melt on them. And you know, I'm like 90% frosting. Have you seen my hair? It's all frosting. I know that is a piece, but you know, okay. Cut this in half and cut it in half again. Cut it in half and cut it in half. Cut it in half all the time. Do 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 do. No 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 no. What's the difference between a cupcake and a muffin? Muffins don't have frosting. That's the only difference. And muffins are often bigger than cupcakes. Now you start them in a cool, dry place. And a cool, dry place is a refrigerator. Come on. There's no cooler, drier place. It's a super cool, dry place. It's a place we all want to be. Just living in a refrigerator. Living every day for fun. Do, 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 do. Living in a refrigerator. Living in a refrigerator. Living in a refrigerator. Don't you wanna do that? There's a company in Japan that developed a single-person people fridge for businesses. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get myself a single-person people fridge. Can I put my computer in it? My aunt put cupcakes. No, don't freeze the cupcakes! No, it's not good for them. Not good for their health. Okay, it's got to turn from a Cyclops into an Arclops. Oh, there we go. Nice. Nice. The Soviets also developed one of these. Unfortunately, if they called it a normal fridge. If they called it a normal fridge, unfortunately, you couldn't open it from the inside. Well, for all walk-in refrigerators and walk-in freezers, you know, for businesses, like kitchens. And legally, they have to have a way of opening them from the inside. And that way has to not get frozen up. There has to be a backup way, like an emergency release, so people don't get trapped in the blooming freezers. Because yes, that does happen. Has internet connectivity and a screen? Oh my goodness. Japan living in the future as always. And that future is one where I'm nice and cool. Do 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 do. What about a running fridge where you run through like an archway and it sprays ice on you? And what? Oh, do you mean like you start running through it, and then because it's like all frozen, you slide along it and out the other side like some sort of cartoon, and you come out like an icicle on the other side? That'd be hilarious. I go run, 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 slide. I go. Shh. I've already come to a slow stop. Just like a big old ice cube. And when you're there, a little mouse will run up to you with a mallet and whack you. And the little mallet and a nail. And go... And the ice will shatter around you. And then you'll be like, ooh. You know. I just apply cartoon logic to everything. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Cartoon logic always applies. Don't worry about it. I love cartoon logic. Na 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 na. Cartoon logic always applies. Do 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 do. Like the mouse. Oh no, it snapped. I like the mouse employment. Yeah. What do you mean employ? No, that's an intern to learn. Intern. You don't have to pay interns. Oh no, the boss pole snapped as well. What the heck? That's why they call them interns, because you get interned. Have you ever thought about just how dystopian it is to actually call interns interns? Like, intern literally means to be imprisoned. Or something along those lines, you know. Oh gosh. Do 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 do. There we go. Snap! Oh, did you hear the snap? Snap! Yeah, we snapping sprues, it's true. Ow, my fingers. Okay, if these bits don't want to snap, I'm gonna have to cut it. And cut it. And that's it. And then snap! Oh, beautiful. And snap! Almost. Almost. There we go. And then close but no cigar. Okay, oh, Terrorgeist parts. Here's this gonna be. Do I even want to try gluing the rest of it together? I might as well try gluing this dragon head together. Yeah. Maybe. No, I don't know. I think maybe I'll keep in two halves, because that way I can like put it in mud like that, so only half of it's sticking out. I think that would look cool. Like... Everyone loves cheeseburgers. Everyone loves cheeseburgers. If you don't like cheeseburgers, what are you doing? You're going crazy, it's true. There's a fancy fridge. That's a fancy fridge. It's a smart fridge. Who's watching on their smart fridge right now? Hi, Alba von Despia. How you do? How you do? I hope you're doing well. I am not doing too well because we've had a very bad day. Actually, no, day's been pretty bad. We just had loads of tech issues on stream. I'm not sure I've fixed them yet. Good and law. Look. Thanks for popping in. Do. There we go. Yeah, this is a lot of parts. Should I make the Ghoul King here? Should I bother making him at all? He's got all his body parts here, I guess. There's no pain in not doing so. Yeah, I'll do it. Everybody is watching everybody. Terrorgeist. This is a very fiddly model. Like lots of super long thin bits. Yeah, this is what old vampires used to have all the time, and they snapped and caught on everything, especially for old foam. Carry battle boxes that Warhammer made. Release the little guy from containment. No, not you, Talan. Go back into your pipe. Stay there. And I'll feed you some copper. No, don't feed Talan copper. It'll go to his head. I think it's a big shot again. We can't have Talan thinking it's a big shot. I think once he starts eating some copper, he'll want to eat all of the copper. And I think that's why my computer's not working well, because Talan ate all the copper inside it. Thankfully, modern computers don't have that much copper in them, so that's good. It's mostly gold and silver. And cheeseburgers. And palladium. There we go. Oh, look at that little fella. Oh. I don't know what I'll use him as, if anything. He's a bit too small to be a Night Lord. Or an accursed cultist. I guess I could put him on a 25mm base and just use him as like a generic mutant cultist in the accursed squad. I've been wondering what models to use of the accursed cultists, because I don't like the fact that the accursed cultist kit as it stands is just monopose. So if you want 2 full squads, that's 2 squads of 16, you're just going to get 8 models 4 times, all being identical to one another without some hefty conversions. I've been thinking about what I could use instead for my Slaneshi Night Lord accursed cultist. I know I could probably use Slangor in them, as you know, for big guys, but then I don't know what I'm gonna do for the other 5 fellas. Well, 20 fellas. I could probably use a mix and match, or I could use like some Slangor for the big fellas. I could use something else for the big fellas. There we go. He's a silly lad. He's a silly lad. Yeah, he's got bits of sprue on him that need to be cut off, but it's fine. Oh wait, this arm's not on correctly. Very finicky model. I'll put that over with the orcs. Yeah, he is kind of tiny. Let's put him next to a guardsman. Yeah, that's more cultist side than anything, despite the wider legs. That would make it hard to stick him on a base. I've also got a vampire lord here, but unfortunately it's modelled to be sat down. So there's not much I can do about that. I've already used a bunch of his parts anyway on a sorcerer. Made from the mixture of the vampire lord parts from this kit and the librarian from the Armageddon box. Oh my gosh, there's just so many bits in here. I have been thinking about, you know, getting hold of the new Ogre Kingdoms models. Maybe for an Age of Sigmar army. Maybe. Maybe for just an old world Ogre Kingdoms army, you know? I've heard they go very nicely onto square bases. Could Genestealer Cultists be used as a stand-in for Cursed Cultists a bit? Possibly. Although the main thing you're going to struggle with is the big ones who are on 40mm basis. No Genestealer Cultist is really that big. The Aberrant's on 32mm bases and they're just not big enough. Even the biggest character model isn't going to be big enough. We've also got a Genestealer vibe going on, so I mean I could replace the heads and that would help. Got to do work. Bye bye, Nano Fate. Thanks for popping in. Conjurer having an Age of Sigmar army. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have an Age of Sigmar army. Thanks to Lauren, you convinced me. I shouldn't. I've also got too much to build and stuff. I shouldn't do anything. I shouldn't be getting more models, not when I've got so much to do still. Lauren, voice of reason as always. You're right, Talan. Age of Sigmar, it's bad. It's bad. No one likes it. No one would be here to watch ogre building streams. I'm joking, by the way. It's just Talan's favourite system is... I feel guilt-tripped right now. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just trying to upset Talan. The new Ogre Kingdoms models are... They're not called Ogre Kingdoms right now, are they? What are they called? Ogre Maw Tribes? Yeah, the new Maw Tribes look really, really nice. My head could actually be pretty nice for like a Night Lord. I'll put that to one side with the Chaos bits. I might have to just have a bag of skulls at some point and trophies. Model skulls, obviously. There we go. I'm hoping that eventually they'll redo my favourite ogres. Oh, what are they called? Begins with G, I think. Do you know for young ogres that are always hungry and they're skinnier than the other ones? Gold Tooth. No, it's a squad of ogres. And they're like savage. Gorgeous, yes, I love the Gorgeous. They were my favourite ogres, and when I wanted to make an Ogre Kingdoms army, it would have been just full Gorgeous army. They're not younger, they have been exiled, the camps are made. Yeah, but I think they're made from like... Aren't they generally younger ones that get exiled? Maybe not. I swear I remember reading lore where it said that the Gorgeous are generally made out of younger exiled ogres. And they go hungry. And they become all feral. I don't know what the current lore for ogre Maw tribes is. I only know for fantasy lore. And even then I don't know it a lot. Okay, this is the last sprue. And it's a soul grinder sprue. Which is pretty fitting, I guess. Oh my gosh, this has been a lot of work for my goodness. This demon sword though is pretty cool. It's a bit big for most models, but I'm trying to think of like what models I could give it to. They used to be cussed to bring in Eternal Winter with them, but that is old lore now. That must be super old lore because I don't remember that in fantasy. Unless it was like lore that was brought into Age of Sigmar, but they didn't dislike it. And wasn't that the Yetis that did that? Because they have the Yetis in the Ogre Kingdoms too. No, that's AOS lore. Oh, okay. I don't know if the Yetis are actually related to the ogres or not, or if they're just, you know, friendly with them. I was never that aware of it, because I never had the codex, and most of what I read was so of the army book. I mostly just read bits and pieces where I could. No, if they're just friends. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, the new Ogre Kingdom models are absolutely beautiful, though. And by beautiful, I mean absolutely disgusting, but still. Which is its own form of beauty. Games Workshop really does disgusting models super well. Like, I don't know any other model company that has made as many models that just make you go, ugh. Like, do you know with all the Nurgle, the Death Guard, the Maggotkin stuff, the Ghoul Kings, the Vampire Counts, Flesh Eater Courts, that's the ones. What else? Night Lord, some of the Night Lord stuff we've done in the past. The Ogres, or the new Ogre ones anyway. Actually, wait a minute. The that is something that for Trench Crusade guys also pretty good at making some gross looking models. Actually hunted, they have a strong hunting thing going on. Wait, who's hunting? The ogres are hunting the Yetis, or the Yetis work with the ogres when they're hunting? Both. Oh, okay. That makes sense. How friendly are the ogres in Age of Sigmar, though? Like, I know in fantasy the ogres were, you know, kind of pretty much friends with everyone. You'd find them working for Chaos, you'll find them working with Orcs. You could even find them working with humans. You'd obviously find them working with the Empire, but even working with the Bretonnians and other groups. No idea if they don't appear in any books. Wait, for ogres don't appear in any Age of Sigmar books? What the heck? Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's just full of bits. Maybe they do. Haven't read them. Well, I do hope that in Age of Sigmar the ogres retain some of their mercenary attitude. Which I guess they would do, because you got the entire Regiment of Renown, don't you? So we must retain at least some of that attitude. Okay, now just looking at sorting out the bits. So this bit can go in here, that's good enough. Okay, are these chaos bits? No, for normal bits. So they do have a couple of chaosy weapons in there. That's because they can be used as normal ones. I always thought that was one of the cooler parts of Ogre Lore, though. That I could find from just working with and for anybody. And it was nice. I wish there was a faction
How you
like
doing
that
today?
Hi Rainbow Dash. We're doing okay. We've had a lot of tech issues today, which has been... Don't wave at it. I just took it out of the cardboard. There you go. Those are Terminator weapons. We're just sorting out for bits now. We've cleaned up the sprues. We've cut them all up, and we're sorting out some other bits into different baggies. Okay, so these are vehicle bits, and those can go here. Oops. Never mind. I guess that's fine. Oh no, there you go. That's where it went. They've been mostly ignored in Age of Sigmar for a while now. I loved that aspect of theirs. But in Age of Sigmar, Cities of Sigmar took that place. But Cities of Sigmar wouldn't be working with like Chaos, would they? Or doing like for orcs and stuff. Would they? I know that you've got the Cogfort people and they, you know, sell the services to anybody. But I didn't think it was the case for the Cities of Sigmar people. I thought they only sold the services like other factions of Order. Mostly only Order factions, yeah. Which makes sense. Oh, well, that being said, I know with Order factions, I think it's like with all other factions, like if you're playing Death, you can bring in Regiments of Renown of other Death factions in, can't you? And if you're playing like Destruction, you can use a Giants, the Gargants. Actually, I think everyone can use a Gargants. The Gargants have taken that place, haven't they? Every faction can use Gargants. The spectrum of Order factions is like factions that are able to maintain a city, so Daughters of Cain is an Order faction. Can't Skaven maintain any cities? Can't Nagash maintain a city? I'm guessing it's basically... I think Order faction is basically... Isn't it everyone who's not Chaos doesn't want to destroy the world, and they're not aligned with Nagash. They're not dead. So they're not Chaos, they're not dead, and they're not just trying to destroy everything and create constant war. Yeah. Although Deepkin aren't very good at breathing, are they? I wish there was a faction like that, though, in Warhammer. That, you know, it could literally anyone could take. In 40k, sorry. In Old World right now, you have a few things that you can hire as mercenaries. So, like, if you're playing an Imperial a good faction, you can hire Ogres, Dwarves, and you can have small parts from other good factions in your army. If you're playing Chaos, you can have small parts of any other Chaos factions in your army, and you can also hire Ogre mercenaries. If you're playing Orcs and Goblins, Ogres, and so on, then there's a few armies you can have ally in. Oh yeah, everyone can hire a Giant as well. Everyone can hire giants. Everyone can hire ogres. But there's nothing like that in 40k that just spreads across every single faction. You got Imperial Knights can be used by any Imperial faction, so can Imperial Agents. Chaos Knights can be used by any Chaos faction. You got certain units that can be used across all the Chaos factions, like Hellbrutes, Forge Fiends. Well, actually, no, not Forge Fiends can't be used by Emperor's Children. Mauler Fiends can be used by everyone, I think. No Beastmen in Age of Sigmar, want. Yeah, but now they exist in 40k Old World. They do exist in 40k too, but not as their own faction. At least they do still exist in Legend Rules. There's still an army book for them that you can download. Same with some of the other factions, like Savage Orcs. I'm hoping they bring Savage Orcs back to Old World. I just really want them to end their entire thing of, you know, trying to make things separate from one another. Like you should have Beastmen in both Age of Sigmar and Old World. Let you have both of them. You should have Ogre Kingdoms and Vampire Counts and stuff and Chaos Dwarves. How long did the Koi Wave Admech go? How did the Koi Wave? Oh, it went fine. I've not finished the model. I've done all the freehanding of the model. I just need to do the rest of the details and highlights on the model and redo for some of the lenses. I've just not had the time and energy to do it. When I've had the time, I've not had the energy. When I've had the energy, I've not had the time. Japanese learning is taking up like all of my time recently. That's the only bad thing about it. Well, not all of my time. I've been trying to do my exercises. I do something now. So I go on my exercise bike. And my way I do my exercise bike now is that I just start riding it. And then I open up my phone, go onto my Japanese learning app. And I do at least 2 or 3 review courses. So that's 40 questions. So at least some of the time I can be exercising and doing my Japanese. At least you can speak cool Japanese. I'll quickly say, give me a break, yari yari. That's actually how you say, give me a break. But you can roughly translate it to give me a break. It looks like there's a group of ogres in Age of Sigmar known as man-eaters that can be mercenaries. But I can't see if they sell their services to non-destruction factions. Maybe they do. I hope they do. It'll be cool in that case. You know what? I'm just going to use this random bag I've got to throw all of my scores in. It's just got random bits of... Sometimes when I order 3D prints, they just give you extra bits that, you know, are waste product, either because they accidentally got the size wrong, or because they, the print came out slightly wrong. So for like, they don't want to use it. Or for like, we know you guys. Actually, that would have been perfect. I could have given this Night Lord shoulder pad here. That's way too big. To a Demon Prince or something. That would have been cool. Want to know what the real Age of Sigmar mercenary is? Gargants. Or Hogthorts. Both of them. Doesn't Age of Sigmar have Beasts of Chaos, which is pretty much hybrid beastmen? No, they don't have Beasts of Chaos anymore. They do technically. If you go onto the downloads page, you can find legend rules for them, but that means that they're not tournament legal anymore. They don't sell beastmen as Age of Sigmar models anymore either, or Beasts of Chaos. They have re-released one of the beastmen models now though. That was originally in Age of Sigmar. And they've now put it back into Old World, which is really cool. I'm hoping that they give us proper Chaos Dwarves though for Old World. Because one thing that gives me hope for Chaos Dwarves for Old World is that For Age of Sigmar, Chaos Dwarves are currently not called Chaos Dwarves. They're called Housemiths of Hashut. And they do have normal dwarves for Old World still. And they have 2 different dwarf factions, including Slayers actually for the Old World dwarves. But they have 2 different dwarf factions in Age of Sigmar. So it's really cool. What I think they've realised though is that by creating Old World, they can sell more Age of Sigmar models too. Like, I know so many people who bought the Age of Sigmar models, for Ogres and the Chaos Dwarves, just to use in Old World and Fantasy. And even people who don't play Old World, but they still play for Old Fantasy, are just so happy to have a Fantasy range back. And they've been buying Age of Sigmar models to use in Fantasy with the Old Fantasy rules. So I'm really hoping that we get, for Old World, I'm hoping the next big release, well, I kind of want them to update some of the other factions, like, you know, some of the Empire of Man models. But more than that, I would like them to bring Chaos Dwarves back. Preferably in plastic, but if they bring back just the Forge World range, I would be happy about that. Give us... what else? Kislev. Give us proper Kislev range would be amazing. I would love them. Give us Boris Todringer as well in plastic. Only Chaos Dwarves I've done is 10 millimeters. Ooh. Kragnos for End of Empires is a model that can be used by every faction. Every destruction faction. Yeah, I know that. I actually really dislike him. Because I do like to watch battle reports, and it just sucks every time for like, hey, we're doing destruction faction. Oh, by the way, half my army is Kragnos. I'm like, oh. I mean, he's kind of fun, I guess, but he loses his novelty after like 20 seconds. He's just hanging out with goblins. Kragnos is like a minor god of earthquakes that was trapped under a mountain until Alario messed up and freed him. But so much time passed, since he got trapped. I'm doing a death army. Half my army is Nagash. If I did go into Age of Sigmar right now, the 2 things that make me want to play it are honestly vampire counts. If they brought vampire counts back for Fantasy, I would be so happy, or Old World rather. By the way, these guys, look, they got a mohawk and their little pet. I love that. Also, they made a pet into a coat. But right now, Age of Sigmar, the 2 things, I do kind of like the idea of Cities of Sigmar. I just really don't like the design of them. Daughters of Cain are cool. I really love their models like Marathi over here. They're a bit expensive though. I really love these, do you know, the flappy ones or the snake ones. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. I do like the bugs in the Sylvaneth ones. It's just I don't think there's enough bugs. I want more bug people. Give me more elves, half elf, half bug models. And my money is yours, Games Workshop. I don't have Deepkin are good, but I really like the Soulblight Gravelords. I mean, my main army in Fantasy was literally just a massive force of vampire counts. I still have some of them off. I found them in a shoebox. But yeah, these are, I really love the current zombies and the skeletons. I just want to make a horde of Death Battle skeletons with some Barrow Guard of a Barrow Knight. And oh, there's just so many cool models in this range. I don't care about Nagash at all. I don't like him being a model. I don't like it when you can play literal gods on the battlefield. Like Catan Shard, sure. Playing a literal god, Nagash, Kragnos, and the Awakened Wildwood fighting for who is more present in the game. Yeah. I'm doing a Sisters of Cain army. Half my army is Morathi. Yeah, is Morathi a god or not? I'm back. Hi. Welcome back. Oh no. Hi back. I'm Cupcon. Disciples of Saint. Hedonites of Slaanesh. Housemiths of Hashut. Morathi is trying her best. It's true. None of the Chaos ones really make me want to play them, if I'm entirely honest with you. I mean, I do like a lot of these models. Specifically, well, I like all the demon models, but they're 40k. For models I really like, I really love the Gaunt Summoner models. They're so beautiful. The Jade Obelisk is pretty cool. But yeah, actually no, I do like Gloomspite skits, but I'd rather just play them as orcs and goblins. Like, I bought 2 of the battle forces, or spearheads rather, just to use as orcs and goblins. Like, these were stone trolls. These guys are literally just the original River Troll model. I kind of want to get a Ragnarok spider. I'm hoping one day they release some proper forest goblin models, because forest goblins have always been my favourite form of goblin. I didn't used to like night goblins, but they've really grown on me. Pretty sure she is, because she survived the transition from Old World to Age of Sigmar, and everyone else who did is now. I don't think everyone is, because if we look at the Fire Slayers. You've got God like Gurnison isn't a god yet, I don't believe. I also saw a hilarious battle of the Fire Slayers versus some Orc war clans, and Godric just got absolutely annihilated. The Fire Slayers did not do well in that game. I'm pretty sure that's an old fantasy model. I might be wrong, but I think it is. It looks very fantasy piled. Actually, does that tell me what date it came from? Oh no, it's not. I am imagining stuff.
How do they handle magic in those games?
I have no idea. Magic feels very crazy in these games from when I've seen the combat for battle reports. But yeah, the Orgrimmar tribes look really cool. I'm not the Oryx don't really grab my attention at all. I don't think the Oryx are anywhere near as cool as, you know, orcs and goblins. Or, you know, just the orcs, some for orcs and goblins. These are super cool models. Gorgeous. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these gorgeous. I like the really old metal models of the gorgeous. I mean, they're kind of cool, but they're not the coolest. Yeah, they've not actually released the new ogre models yet, just these ones, haven't they? But these models look so good. I really like the new butchers they've released as well. I am wondering, for my cursed cultists, I might buy some new ogres to use as a cursed cultist. Deal for big ones. It's on 40mm basis. I do need a lot of them. Like, I need, how many would I need? I need 12 of these dudes. If I want my 3k army for them. One player casts a spell by rolling dice if an enemy can counter by rolling higher. Yeah, and you only get like unlimited rolls, don't you? You can also cast spells in your opponent's turn. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to change my cardboard out anyway, which I needed to do anyway. It was covered in paint and damaged. I'm becoming really tatty. Don't know what I'm gonna do with these guys. I am thinking find what the base that the bolt thrower is on and just like put 2 of them on a base. And then like, or maybe just all 3 of them on a base. And use them as like a bolt thrower. Because you can't really have a squad of 3 orc arrow boys. Which sucks. Oh, what I could do, I could put 1 of them on a bolt forward base, get some goblins to support. These guys are super good in Age of Sigmar. Yeah, for some unfortunately just nothing in fantasy, old world. That's really equivalent to them. They're mobile ballistas that can shoot twice. Yeah, they can shoot in your opponent's turn with counterfire. I know for you've also got a ballista unit, don't you? Like a proper ballista unit. Age of Sigmar. Destruction. It's in Auric Warclans. If we scroll down, we'll find... Well, we got the Skewer Boys. Here you go. I've seen this guy just absolutely devastate things. Like taking out a demon prince, not a demon prince, a greater demon of Slaanesh, and just massively damaging the, you know, for Slaanesh's character, for Glutton Man. It was insane. Shooting in Age of Sigmar is actually so broken. Like, especially with the counterfire being so powerful. And being able to shoot twice in your turns and stuff. Which I guess is good that there's like there's so few shooting units. I don't know how expensive they are points-wise, like if a full shooting army is worth it. For anybody. Okay, yeah, those are different. I got the push fit versions. I don't think these are push fit. I think these are completely different models. Yeah, these are actually proper multi options on them. Good morning, Douglas. How you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful Monday too. Shooting is good because otherwise people would go mass infantry because the game is capture point based. Yeah. And with everyone having, you know, rose to wound rather than like strength versus toughness, I do think it does mean that monsters to some extent are kind of fragile. But don't they make up for it by just having an insane number of wounds? Hi, Bats. How you doing? Yeah, if we look at Old World, Orcs and Goblin tribes, we don't really have an equivalent to a crossbow unit. I guess the Goblin bolt thrower is the closest thing. Alright, ultimately, that bolt thrower is not very big. I think it's on a 40mm base, right? 50mm base. I guess I could put a single one of these on a 50mm base, get some goblins to support. And then I could just have 3 bolt throwers. That could work. Yeah. With an snotling mobs. Snotling mobs! Look at those little silly, disgusting fellas. Oh, silly. Oh, it's so silly. Wait, does he have a bag of gold as a weapon? a bag of gold as a weapon. Oh no, it's a Norwood staff with like some amber or something in it. I imagine. Either that or it actually is just a bag of gold. And I wouldn't mean if it's a bag of gold, I wouldn't mind being attacked by that snotling. I think I could take out a snotling pretty easily. I think most monsters in Age of Sigmar have instant infantry kill ability to make them useful as point holders. But they only count as one capture point. Ooh. In fact, you're at a family reunion yesterday. We leave a hotel and go back to Jersey tomorrow morning. Ooh. That sounds pretty fun. I hope your family reunion thing went well. Never knew people actually do those things. I've seen them in, like, you know, TV shows, but I always just took it as, you know, TV show stuff. No Age of Sigmar ability is better than Kraken Heater, who gets to kick away objectives. What the heck? Kraken Eater can kick an objective away. I still want to. I've not watched the back to reports yet on the new Ogres, of the other one that was just before the Ogres one. I kind of want to watch it. It's just trying to find a time. I mean, trying to watch more anime and stuff. There we go. So I'm immersing myself more in Japanese learning. There you go. I was just cutting off a little knob on the things. Oh yeah, that ability in Sons of Behemoth, I think. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's what they call Sons of Behemoth. Cupcake. What does white mean for orcs? I don't know if they have a meaning for white. The main colours they have a meaning for is yellow, blue, and red. And green. Green is the best colour. Blue is lucky. Black is the most fighty, although it's often accompanied by white. So I'm guessing black and white are the most fighty colours. Or the most bland. It's less about being fighty. It's more about being, you know, purposely not being flashy. You just go for the most bland colour. Brown is generally used by the likes of the snake bites and stuff. It doesn't necessarily have any particular meaning. It's just meant to be more that they're down to earth, they're grounded, they use levers for things. So it doesn't have to be brown that they use. It's just brown represents more of a mud, the earth, leather, things like that. Very basic tech. Red obviously is to go fast. Green best colour. Blue is lucky. Yellow is the most snazzy colour. Purple is the sneakiest colour. Yeah, I guess black is considered the most fighty colour. And I guess white is considered the same with them. You watch Hunter for Parenting? No, I've not watched Hunter for Parenting. I'm sorry. Currently, the anime I'm watching at the moment is called Fifi Florette Eyes Song, which is a very beautiful, very pretty anime. I wouldn't say it's a great anime though. Like story-wise, it's kind of the story feels like it's just a mash of different things, like the Terminator and stuff. Got nice music in it though. Very pretty animation. But yeah, also I don't know what I'm gonna do with this guy. Like, he's just I'd use him as just generic first cultist. I think I said that before. Headbutt. Oh. I hope big is one of these orcs next to a guardsman? Pretty big. These are very skinny orcs, so what the heck? Orcs aren't meant to be this skinny. Or this stylish. Okay, but thank you for coming to the stream today. Big love hearts to you all. Thanks for sticking with me despite all my tech issues and stuff. I apologize for everything that happened. What did I do? What else? What else are we doing? Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's like, is there anybody we want to raid today? I don't see anyone live according to YouTube. That might just be a glitch. Because I've been in top chat the entire time. Ever since I got my computer back on. I forgot to switch it to live chat. Oops. I'm sorry for that. But big love hearts to you. Thanks for coming to a stream today. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Make sure to work hard but play harder. Eat good food. Sleep well. Dream of cupcakes but don't eat for cupcakes. They're friends, not food. And also, you take care of yourself. Be kind to others and vice versa. And also, how do I end the stream again? I forget. It's this button. Yeah, smash! I hope my computer works better too. Oh, don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, I forgot about that.